Alan, of course, here with his super collection of photographs, as ever, well worth a visit. Russell and Paul going by. Russell looking very serious about it all. Dyer and Tony Bemister then coming up. Chris Hall and Steve Kenchington coming on, number 96, and half the family on there by the looks of things. Number 90, Phil Pitman, Gary Lane coming along. Then number 28. Number 28 is Wayne Finley and Ray Critchlow. Then number 27, Darren Darville and Darren Konsoniski. Then number 57 coming through, Mike Reed and Andy Robinson. Then number 93, Andy Simmons and Ken Hancock. Then number 11, which is Ricky Neal and Duncan Bradford. Then number 127, Rory McGuigen and Alan Berry. And that's Alan's auntie on the back, they said. Hello, auntie. Well, she's enjoying her ride round. Joe Mogg and Chris Burge coming up. Somerset. John Hiscock and Dave French, 184 coming along behind. They showing good signs of form last weekend, I thought. Then number 14, Pete Elliott and Mike Elliott. Then number 52, which must be Terry Phillips and Chris Spiers. 79, Arthur Dibben and Bob Frost. Well, interesting that Chris Spiers comes from Evesham. A lot of good grass track men called Spiers came from Evesham the past few years. Some of them solos as well, just to add to the confusion. Arthur Dibben going by. Steve Smith and Keith Hall running number 22 today. Must say the machinery didn't sound too happy, but I'm sure they'll get that sorted. They're looking a bit of luck. John Halsey and Tony Myles. Again, we've got all the family on. Then number 51, Roger Measor and Shane Lapham. Roger's daughter, occasionally waving. Then 169 coming past us, which is Gerald Bradley and Jeff Bower. Then Alan and John Blewitt. What form they're on at the moment. A winning run. It's the Spreadburys, Roy and Ken, number 43. Then number 15, Ivor Matthews and Peter Jones, and more Midlanders. Number 87, back a little way, Richard Jenner and Nick Walters. Number 61 following him, Justin Holyfield and Ken Holyfield. Number 7, Ken Lane and Mark Edwards, and a new embryo crew on there, you can see. He's been black flagged. He's been black flagged, but it had to happen sooner or later, didn't it? Number 73 going by then, Brett Osborne and Matt Sleep. Number 50 going by, number 191, Steve Heath and Stephen Wright. Number 71, Brian Palmer and Scott Dunn. Number 11, Ricky Neal and Duncan Bradford. Number 26, Adrian Davis and Joe Smith. No, we're not sure quite what's going on out here, but obviously Ken Lane and Mark Edwards have been held up for some sort of nefarious purpose. Shane Baker and Clint Martin going by. There's a lot of good young team members going by on these bikes, isn't there? A lot of good practice. Well, we've got Ken and Mark out here. Mark sporting this year's off-the-shoulder swim wear. He's the one you can usually hear shouting at Ken as they go round. I'm not quite sure what he's saying, but it seems to work, whatever it is. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we do, of course, know quite what's going on. Ken and Mark don't. The Wimborne Club would like to make a small appreciation to Ken and Mark for their tremendous year they had last year when they won not only the Masters, but also the Brian Stibbs Trophy for overall success in national grass tracks. And this is from the club in recognition of that tremendous year for them in 1992, and in particular winning the British Masters. So let's hear it for Ken and Mark then. Congratulations, fellas. Richard Hogg coming by. Neil, in fact, was the winning driver in the novice team last year. So Ken puts on his Go Faster sunglasses. Now they're off to, I'm sure, a lot more applause as they go round. That was a really well-earned, tremendously successful year they had last year. And I'm sure they'll be, Ken did say to me this year, well, where do you go from here? But I'm sure where he wants to go is to stay exactly where he is, on top of the 1000cc class in Britain. But as ever, there'll be tremendous competition. So then the 500 sidecars making their way across for Heat 1, Race 1 on your programme of Event 1. Right, we got an urgent message here because these vehicles are blocking the route of the brewery lorry, and this is important. Right, a motorcycle, I don't know what sort, J395JFB, a red Nissan F83 KVL, and a blue Granada ENP131W. So if you could remove those three, please. I'm sure you can very easily and very quickly do that and find somewhere close at hand to park, and we'd be very grateful, and it will enable the brewery wagon to escape. Or more important, perhaps bring in fresh stocks. So then the drivers then in the first race of the day: Mark Stubberfield, Ricky Neal, Mike Reed, Brian Palmer and Martin James. And Brian Palmer, of course, was, as I mentioned before, well placed in last year's championship, finished in third place. That's how he got his invitation to go into Europe. And they break. We've got a nice even break on the far side as they head round the bend towards us for the first time. It looks like Brian Palmer in second, grabs the leader, he has indeed. Tucked in behind him is Mike Reed. Mike Reed with a very tight line, but it's Brian Palmer seems to have the legs on them at the moment. And once again we've got lots of smoke, good heavens. Well, these single-cylinder 500 engines usually go very well. So Mike Reed again. The challenge that's been under pressure is Mike Reed in second place, Mark Stubberfield in third, in fourth place Ricky Neal, so that's Mark Stubberfield in third place to make up the ground on Mike Reed. They seem to be getting closer as we look across to the far side. Still Brian Palmer out in front. Oh, one more lap to go. Brian Palmer in the way now. Still Mike Reed in second place, still Mark Stubberfield in third, and Stubberfield lining up for a challenge. Mark Stubberfield going for that second place, coming the long way round. Didn't make it that time, one more bend to go with Brian Palmer out in front. Scott down in the chair with him now, who's going to get that second place. Brian Palmer to win, Scott down in the chair. Mike Reed just hangs on to take second, and in third place, Mark Stubberfield. Early in fourth place, number 11, Ricky Neal. And one more outfit still circulating. 233 still has that misfire that he had in practice. Of Event 1 on your programme. In first place, number 71, Brian Palmer and Scott Dunn. In second place, number 57, Mike Reed and Andy Robertson. In third place, number 9, Mark Stubberfield and Nick Harger. In fourth place, number 11, Ricky Neal and Duncan Bradford. And in fifth place, number 233, Martin James and Julian Hillier. The winner's time was 1 minute 35.52. 1 minute 35.52. Let's run through those numbers again. From the top, 71, 57, 9, 11 and 233. One non-starter, Dave Collin in Race 2, Heat 2 of Event 1. So we have Tony Cook, Norman Hames, Brian Canning and Wayne Boyes. Well, Well, Tony Cook with Andy Snape, 6th in the last year's 500cc Sidecar Championship. Also 2nd in the Midland 500 Championship behind Kevin Leide and Al Pithouse. And also a splendid Leamington meeting last year. So here we go then, race 2 on your programme. Well, Wayne Boys have made a tremendous start to the last part. In second place, Norman Haynes and Nigel Parknell. Presumably Tony Cook in problems on the far side over there. So then, Wayne Boys and Simon King on the KLS Godden. Nearly storming away from the opposition here in race 2 on our programme. Wayne Boys, Norman Haynes, Nigel Parknell in second place. Local crew now, of course, that's Ryan Canning and Colin Lewis there in 3rd. Back a little way we have Tony Cook starting to circulate with Bob Reid in the chair, change of sidecar passenger, if you recall. So then, still Wayne Boys and Simon King. Well, it's a stall now. Going well. Norman Haynes still in second place, Ryan Canning still in 3rd. And again, as in the previous race, almost fighting about second and 3rd places. And Tony Cook looking to try and make up as much ground as he possibly can. So then, this time around it'll be the checkered flag, and that flag's going to go out for the man to the left. I'll remind you what it is. Wayne Boys, and the winner of Norman Haynes and Nigel Parknell in second place, for Brian Canning and Colin Lewis in 3rd. And number 10, Tony Cook, having a lonely 4th place ride, having had problems over there on the start line. Event 1. In 1st place, number 91, Wayne Boys with Simon King in the chair. In 2nd place, number 21, Norman Haynes and Nigel Parknell. In 3rd place, number 49, Brian Canning and Colin Lewis. And in 4th place, number 10, Tony Cook and Bob Reid. The winner's time in race 2, 1 minute 35.51. 1 minute 35.51. Mark Whiteman is the non-starter, number 100. The rest go as per programme, although Roger Newman, we know, was having suspension problems. So then, race 3, we stay with the 500 sidecars. They assemble on the far side. Very experienced team of starters out there. They're all either existing riders or former riders. Well, it looks like the Goodwins have made a good start. We're looking for Kevin Leide to come round the outside, but it's that you see what's happening at the moment with the Goodwins back. Second place is very fast after Jerry Squirrel. And that's by a slim margin with Kevin Leide looking to go round the pair of them, and Kevin Leide does. So nice to see Al Pithouse back in action. He and Kevin took a tumble at one of the early beginnings of the year on a very soft track. Struggles on between him and the Goodwins. It's a good Malcolm and Lester on the inside, Kevin and Alan on the outside, and a good race we've got here. Kevin and Alan using the recovering. It's Matt Joyner who's got his passenger with Kevin. We wish Al a speedy recovery. Certainly it's taken a little while. I think he had a shoulder injury if I remember correctly. So out in front then, it's Kevin Leide and Matt Joyner on the Antic Westwick. Now they're going to go for victory. Second place. Wow, very close. It looks as though the Goodwins and Jerry Squirrel were very, very close. Kevin Leide, and we're told Matt Joyner in the chair. In 2nd place, number 30, Malcolm and Lester Goodwin. 3rd place, place, number 34, Jerry Squirrel and Derek Page. And in fourth place, number 78, Lionel Cox and Grace Hargan. And the winning time was 1 minute 36.46. 1 minute 36.46. So we've seen wins from Brian Palmer, Wayne Boys and Kevin Leide. Second places from Mike Reed, Norman Hames, Malcolm Goodwin. And third places from Mark Sutherfield, Brian Canning and Jerry Squirrel. That's the first session that we had with the 500 sidecar. We look now to our right for the Class B 1000cc sidecars, in this case the expert class. Well, looking at this entry, it's a super one, isn't it, with the big chairs in the expert class. In this race, for instance, we have Craig Cheatham, Russell Ing, Ivor Matthews, Roy Spreadbury, Terry Phillips, Rory McGuigen. Well, Craig Cheatham, who built a new engine in the winter, I believe, and seems to have got it on song now. Russell Ing, went on well, good ride at the bar, third place there. Here we go then. And it's Russell Ing and Craig Cheatham, and it's Craig Cheatham who gets to the front. Terry Phillips and Ivor Matthews right alongside him as we go across. There's Ivor Matthews goes to the fore. Ivor Matthews to the fore. We have a flag up there, I wasn't quite sure what it was all about. We lost Craig Cheatham's passenger on the top there. So, I think you'll notice from the way it's handling in a minute. Well, it still thinks it can complete the race without cold fuel, which is not fair really, but there we are. So then, we'll just look back at the race. It's still Ivor Matthews who's really powering on. Well, quite incredible. The passenger sort of hung out for a while and then disappeared. So then, Ivor Matthews way at the front, Russell Ing in second place. In third place, Roy Spreadbury, and Terry Phillips tucked in behind him. Well, yes, I think perhaps Craig will get the message in a minute. I think he perhaps has got the message now. He did see a black flag last time around, so... Meanwhile then, we head into the last lap. Ivor Matthews still there up front ahead of Russell Ing. Then Roy Spreadbury, then Terry Phillips. Well, fast and furious as ever with the big chairs. Well, hard luck on Craig Cheatham. He gated so well and really did look like he was going to have a good race there. The checkered flag then goes out. The outfit out in front is number 15. Number 15 is Ivor Matthews and Peter Jones who win. Second place, Russell Ing on Paul Urycz. In third place it's the Spreadbury. In fourth place it's Terry Phillips. And behind him, number 127, Rory McGuigen. Well, what a cruel thing to do with his passenger. I don't know. I mean, I thought they got on quite well, but it just goes to show you can't tell from up here. The event that we were talking about, of course, was the first race of event 2. Race 4. Here we go. First place, outfit number 15, Ivor Matthews and Peter Jones. In second place, number 6, Russell Ing and Paul Urycz. In third place, number 43, Roy and Ken Spreadbury. In fourth place, number 52, I'll dodge this bumblebee, Terry Phillips and Chris Spiers. In fifth place, number 127, Rory McGuigen and Alan Berry. And the winning time, 1 minute 42.27. 1 minute 42.27. I'm watching this bumblebee. That's a bit more important than giving you the time. Well, we failed. It's still here. Let's run through those numbers again. 15, 6, 43, 52, 127. A time of 1 minute 42.27. Right then, let's stay with our race programme. We stay with the 1000cc experts, sidecar class. Heat 2 of that coming up. Race 5 on your programme. Alan Blewitt, Kevin Stevens, Shane Baker, Peter Dyer, who was really on form last week, John Hiscock, who was also going extremely well, and one non-event, if you like, number 60, Richard Thomas doesn't go, presumably because of the injury to his passenger. In his place goes outfit number 50, Ian and Rick McAuley. Ian and Rick McAuley then, number 50, go in race 5. one outfit short. Shea Baker missing from the lineup for this race.
Go now, can Alan and John Blewitt maintain the form of the last few weeks? Well, they go to a 4 right away, but John Hiscock is hard on their heels. So Hiscock and Dave French running second, but going out very, very wide there, but still hanging on to second place behind Alan and John Blewitt, who head the field. Well, it's Alan and John Blewitt who won the final in the Masters qualifier last week. They weren't in fact the top qualifiers, that's Peter Dyer, but they did win the final race today there. Still in second place. Dyer, who I was just talking about, in the third place. In fourth place as they passed us, it was Ian and Rick McAuley. So then, Alan and John Blewitt from Darlington travel hundreds of miles each year to enjoy their Grasstrack sport. Now they've really got this outfit sorted out this year. Still John Hiscock and Dave French in behind them. Some of the McAuleys are coming through the third place. McAuley's are into third place. They're just ahead of number 58, Peter Dyer and Tony Bemister. So then, when they come around, they'll see the last lap flag. One more lap to go. It's Alan and John Blewitt coming wide off that bend, but they've got a handsome lead over John Hiscock in second place. Here McAuley in third. Peter Dyer. It looks as though Kevin Symons has problems. The motor didn't seem to really want to rev at all. So then, coming round towards us for the last time in race 5, the leaders, outfit number 3, Alan and John Blewitt. Yet another victory in 1993 for Alan and John Blewitt. John Hiscock is in second place. In third place, Ian McAuley. In fourth place, number 58, Peter Dyer. And in fifth place, number 11, Kevin Stevens. That unhappy sounding engine. Alan and John Blewitt. In second place, number 184, John Hiscock and Dave French. In third place, number 50. Number 50, of course, the addition to our programme, Ian and Rick McAuley. In fourth place, number 58, Peter Dyer, Tony Bemister. In fifth place, number 11, Kevin Stevens and Myles Simmons. The winner's time was 1 minute 44.99. 1 minute 44.99. Well, looking at race 6, we didn't spot Ray and Len Foreman in practice, so they may well be non-starters, but the other drivers, Gary Wright, Ken Lane, Steve Smith, Arthur Tibbin, and John Hunt. Well, Gary and Steve Wright have this unique ability to change positions when they feel like it, and the passenger drives and the driver is a passenger. We're fourth in the Masters qualifier last week, ended up in sixth place in the actual final, that is the final for the prize money, but they qualified in fourth place for the Masters, so they will go through, so the Nottingham pair on form. Well, already this year we've seen Ken Lane and Mark Edwards notch up a second place behind Alan and John Blewitt at the Berks Bonanza, so they're clearly going well. But I must say, that achievement which I mentioned earlier of winning not only the Masters but also the Brian Stibbs Trophy, which goes to the most successful competitor in the national Grasstracks in Great Britain, that is quite something. It really was a season when this crew absolutely dominated everything. A lot of smoke from that Wasp engine of Steve Smith. Ken Lane then. Charges to the fore. Ken Lane was to left. My word of Len and Ray Foreman is that their van broke down on their trip down from Coventry, I think. So sadly they won't be with us. So then, Ken Lane and Mark Edwards out in front. Tucked in behind us, Gary Wright and Steve Wright. In third place, John Hunt and Lynn Green and Steve Smith. So then, this is the form we've been looking to see. Ken Lane and Mark Edwards, tremendous enthusiasm, tremendous speed, always well prepared. Come in wide, the Wrights close up fractionally, but it's still Gary and Steve Wright in second place. Still John Hunt in third, Steve Smith in fourth, Johnny Martin Gibbons. Well, look at Gary and Steve Wright. They are doing their best to close up on the leader. Time then they'll see the last lap flag. This time they both crews come very wide. Still Ken Lane and Mark Edwards to lead. Gary and Steve Wright in second place. In third place, John Hunt and Green, and Steve Smith and Keith Wallis behind him. So it looks as though Ken Lane and Mark Edwards have this under control. Steve Smith making a challenge for that third spot. Rode a tremendous corner, but he's going to have the inside line round this far bend as well. So, coming down towards us, victory then for Ken Lane and Mark Edwards. Steve and Gary Wright in second place. Steve Smith and Keith Wall in third. And in fourth place, John Hunt and Lynn Green. And then Arthur Gibbons and Bob Frost. Number 7, Ken Lane and Mark Edwards. In second place, number 5, Gary Wright and Steve Wright. In third place, number 22, Steve Smith and Keith Wall. In fourth place, number 33, John Hunt and Lynn Green. And in fifth place, the only other finisher, number 79, Arthur Gibbons and Bob Frost. And the winner's time was 1 minute 44.02. 1 minute 44.02. The numbers read 7, 5, 22, 33 and 79. We stay with the experts class of the 1000cc sidecar with race 7, and the drivers we should see are John Halsey, Roger Measor, Mike Keep, Richard Jenner, Phil Pitman and Adrian Davies. You can see them coming into line quite slowly. Roger Measor coming in last of this group of outfits. We've called in. They're held. There go. Another nice clean start. Well, Measor in the middle, but challenge is on. Phil Pitman made a good start. Phil Pitman slotted into second place just on Roger Measor's heels. There's a lot of challenging going off that bend. So then, Roger Measor and Shane Lapham out in front, but by no means away of the rest of the competitors. There's Roger Measor who leads. Richard Jenner got up in the second place, and in third place is John Halsey. Fourth place, Phil Pitman. There's Richard Jenner that's joined in twice times Masters champion. But out in front then, it's still Roger Measor and Shane Lapham. Both, of course, well recovered now from those injuries from last year. Richard Jenner and Nick Walters in second place. In third place, John Halsey and Tony Myles. And that Adrian Davis tucked in behind in fourth place. So on the far side then. Roger Measor. Seeming to have this race under control, but a keen Richard Jenner after him. And the man from Hailsham is not likely to give up on his chase. In third place is John Halsey. Fourth place is Adrian Davis. In the fifth place, number 90, Phil Pitman. So on the far side then, it looks now as though Roger Measor has established quite a comfortable lead. Roger Measor and Shane Lapham. And in fact it could be a problem with the second place. Roger Measor then it is who wins. Who's going to get second place? Richard Jenner hangs on in there, just ahead of John Halsey. And in fourth place, number 90, Phil Pitman and Gary Lane. And looks like Adrian Davis has struck trouble. Joe Smith in the chair, as we said earlier. Adrian Davis and Joe Smith. The official results then of race 7 on your programme. In first place, number 51, Roger Measor and Shane Lapham. In second place, number 87, Richard Jenner and Nick Walters. In third place, number 13, John Halsey and Tony Myles. In fourth place, number 19, 90, Phil Pitman and Gary Lane. And in 5th place, number 26, Adrian Davis and Joe Smith. Time for that race, 1 minute 44.67. 1 minute 44.67, and those numbers read 51, 87, 13, 90 and 26. Now we move to the novice 1000cc sidecar class, or the stars of tomorrow, surely some of these. They break, head up the field towards us. Simmons it was who made the best of the start, moved across to the far side. And seems to have hung on to that advantage as they get down the back straight. And up in front now it's Peter Goodwin who's got there, and Simmons can sign 2nd place. In 3rd place, Joe Bradley. Peter Goodwin then. Taken over the lead. Simmons now in that 2nd spot, both of them seeming fairly secure from 3rd place man Joe Bradley. Well, to be a novice in this southern centre, which is such a strong centre in sidecars, is quite a difficult situation, I'd say. It's pretty good car batsman, still out in front. Chris Hall, still Kenchington, behind. So Peter Goodwin then. Carl Bunch, really now well away. Simmons and Ken Hancock doing that 2nd place. In 3rd place, Bradley and Jeff Bauer. So no difference at all from the 1st half lap when they all shuffled and came out in this order, and the top 3 have remained that way ever since. So then, as the checkered flag comes out, which is ready for Peter Goodwin and Carl Bunch. I may take it now. In 2nd place, Andy Simmons and Ken Hancock. In 3rd place, Gerald Bradley and Jeff Bauer. Then number 14, Peter McAuley. In 1st place, outfit number 111 or 111, Peter Goodwin and Carl Bunch. In 2nd place, number 93, Andy Simmons and Ken Hancock. In 3rd place, number 169, Gerald Bradley and Jeff Bauer. In 4th place, number 14, Peter and Mike Elliott. In 5th place, number 27, Derek Darville and Darren Karanarski. The winner's time then in race 8, 1 minute 44.93. 1 minute 44.93, the numbers from the top, 111, 93, 169, 14 and 27. Race 9 then, and the drivers were looking for Ward Finley, Brett Osborne, Chris Hall, Mick Calvin, David Green, Stephen Heath. I think I tried to put Chris Hall in the earlier race. So he goes in race 9. Here we go, they're away for race 9. Brett Osborne getting well in the middle, can he hang on in there? Well, around the first bend, it's still Brett Osborne with the advantage, but they just put on the 2nd place. Looks like David one of those involved in that battle for 2nd place. But meanwhile, it's number 73, Brett Osborne and Matt Sleep out in front. Brett Osborne then still there. Up in the 2nd place now, Ward Finley. Right behind him, number 95. 96, Chris Hall, who in fact took part in the Masters qualifier last week, even if he is still a novice. Steve Kenchington in the chair, one of the very talented young passengers. A lot of good things being said about him as they head into the last lap. Still Brett Osborne with the advantage. In 4th place, Stephen Heath. And in 5th place, Rick Colvin. People who know what they're talking about saying that Steve Kenchington is a very, very good good young passenger. And the battle on up at the head of things now. Is Brett Osborne going to hang in there? It looks like he may just about, but it came very close to being taken then. So Brett Osborne then heads to the flags. Number 73, Brett Osborne it is who wins. Ward Finley in second place. Third place is Chris Hall. In fourth place is Kenchington. Behind him, Rick Colvin. And then at 171, Dave Green. Well, we believe the flag went out a little early there, gentlemen. We made that 3 laps. Yes, okay, we'll... the beer's on you afterwards. There won't be any time for this race. Second place, number 28, Ward Finley and Ray Critchlow. In third place, number 96, Chris Hall and Steve Kenchington. In fourth place, number 191, Steve Heath and Steve Wright. In fifth place, number 112, and 112, of course, is Rick and Nicola Colvin. And in sixth place, number 171. 171 is Dave Green and Darren Passett. So no time for that. Let's run through those numbers again just to make sure. 73, 28, 96, 191, 112, and 171. Well, looking at race 10, we have one non-starter, Bill Bishop. And we had one spare place in this race anyway, I think, so we're looking at just 4 starters. Well, Terry's mum, Terry thinks, is crossed to our left towards the entrance of the field. But wherever she is, Terry would like to see her as soon as possible, please. Well, we can all relax. Terry's mum's appeared. Claire, not Terry, oh dear. I must have confused everybody out there. She told us her name was Terry, but in fact it's Claire. Number 98 it is Joe Marg with the advantage over Neil Page as they got past us. And Neil Page was in front of the competition market. That's him on the front of the old programme. So then, Joe Marg, who's been showing such great promise. Chris Burge in the chair. Come from Weston-super-Mare across on the Somerset coast there. Number 31, Neil Page and Richie Hogg from Chesham. In second spot, keeping the pressure hard on, but it's still Joe Marg with the advantage. In third place as they pass out Aubrey Steele, and behind him number 61, Justin Holyfield. But the challenge is on up front there. Joe Marg being pressed. You know, only has a length or two's advantage as they go into that far bend. Joe Marg from Neil Page then. Joe Marg coming very, very wide, but still having the speed to hold off Neil Page in second place. A good scrap these two are having as we look across to our left. So in third place, it's Aubrey Steele, and behind it, number 61, Justin Holyfield. Let's look across then. Can Neil Page in second place do anything about the leadership of this race?
Go on then, Justin!
And the last lap flag out on the right lap this time. Things are looking up. Joe Marg there, who takes it. Neil Page still in second place. Now then, is he going to challenge at all on this last lap? Neil Page closing up as we look across to our left. Closing right up on Joe Marg. Very, very close, but he hasn't got the pace to catch him. In third place, Justin Holyfield, so we've lost Aubrey Steele. And here we go then, the leading two coming towards us, only a length or two between them all the way through, and a challenge from Neil Page coming up the inside. Page goes for it. Neil Page wins. Joe Marg in second place. Well, what a super finish to that race. Stalked all the way and then just robbed. In third place there with a tremendous misfire, number 61. Justin Holyfield, from Abington. Outfit number 31, Neil Page and Richie Hogg. In second place, outfit number 98, Joe Marg and Chris Burge. In third place, outfit number 61, Justin Holyfield and Ken Holyfield. And the winner's time was 1 minute 50.14. 1 minute 50.14. So we go back now to the 500 sidecars, pausing just to look at the 1000cc novice sidecar situation. We've had wins for Peter Goodwin, for Brett Osborne and for Neil Page. Second place is for Andy Simmons, Ward Finley and Joe Marg. his second win of the afternoon. Well, we seem to get away from the line, okay, but doesn't look to me as though he's got the edge now. Of course, he soon has though. He swoops around the outside. So then, number 7 it is. Kevin Leide and of number 21, Norman Hayes. It's rather intriguing how one crew seemed to dominate 500cc sidecar racing. It was, of course, for many years Cecil Taylor with various passengers. Well, Mike Reed seeking to the outside first, trying to go around the outside. Mike Reed coming around the outside, nudges ahead. Can he do it? He seems to do it. He does it. But Norman Hayes, in fact, seems to strike problems coming off the bend there. So away goes Mike Reed into second place. Norman Hayes now in third place. The winners, here they come. After number 7, Kevin Leide, Matt Joyner. Second place, Mike Reed and Andy Robertson. In third place, Norman Hayes and Nigel Popnall. And behind him, Brian Canning and Colin Lewis. Kevin Leide and Matt Joyner. In second place, outfit number 57, Mike Reed and Andy Robertson. In third place, number 21, Norman Hayes and Nigel Popnall. And in fourth place, number 49, Brian Canning and Colin Lewis. And the winner's time was 1 minute 39.07. 1 minute 39.07. Jerry Squirrel, Brian Palmer and Wayne Boys. Well, Brian Palmer and Wayne Boys both had wins. Start line over there, but looks like Brian Palmer, I think, has made the best of the start. And Wayne Boyce it is who's leading the challenge. In fact, takes over the lead, but Wayne Boyce in front. Brian Palmer in second place. Well, Wayne Boyce has really getting ahead of that battle. There's a good struggle over second, third and fourth. And the leader hasn't really got away yet either. Brian Palmer with in third place, Jerry Squirrel. Well, there's a respectable distance between each of these outfits, but you know, he needs a little bit of a moment, and everybody closes up. Second place. In third place, Jerry Squirrel. Looking across to the far side, are we going to see a last lap challenge? Brian Palmer appears to be closing up on the leader, Wayne Boys. Looks as though he's got enough of an advantage. Wayne Boys and Brian Palmer high up. Brian Palmer in second place. Third place goes number 10, Tony Cook, just ahead of number 34, Jerry Squirrel. 3-1, 1 minute 35.31 for the winners, number 91, Wayne Boys and Simon King. Brian Palmer and Scott Dunn in second place. In third place, Tony Cook, Bob Reed, and in fourth place, Jerry Squirrel and Derek Page. Field, Ricky Neal, Goodwin, Roger Newman, and Lionel Cox. Here we go then, race 13 gets underway. Looks like the Goodwins have made a good start. Second place, in third place, Ricky Neal. So is Mark Stubblefield then, chasing the leader, Malcolm Goodwin. Malcolm and Lester Goodwin. Emerging and cruising. Well, they've done the last two years. Mark Summerfield looks down anxiously and Ricky Neal closes right up on him, so it looks like Summerfield's in trouble. Ricky Neal goes through the second place. Mark Summerfield now back to third. Couldn't see what the problem was, but he was looking down at the engine. Like now looks down at the opposite side of the bike. So then, one more lap to go. Lester Goodwin on their way. Neal Duncan in second place. Mark Summerfield and Nick Harbour seem to be going okay now, but they've lost that second spot, dropped to third, and in fact are receiving the attentions of the fourth place crew. The checker flag goes out. Malcolm and Lester Goodwin on the round from Kent, head for the flag, ready for that. Second place for Ricky Neal. Third place for Mark Summerfield and fourth place for Lionel Cox. In first place, number 30, Malcolm Goodwin and Lester Goodwin. In second place, number 11, Ricky Neal and Duncan Bradford. In third place, number 9, Mark Summerfield and Nick Harbour. And in fourth place, number 78, Lionel Cox and Grace Hagen. The winner's time was 1 minute 38.64. 1 minute 38.64. And following the completion of that 500 sidecar second leg, we have a situation where Kevin Leide and Matt Joyner, Wayne Boys and Simon King are both on 14 points. 1 point behind them we have Brian Palmer, Scott Dunn, Malcolm and Lester Goodwin, both on 13 points. And 1 point adrift again we have Mike Reed and Andy Robertson on 12 points. And a single point adrift yet again, Norman Haynes and Neil Pocknell on 11 points. Well, looking at the number of outfits on the start line, I think it suggests we have got Shane Baker this time. He was a non-starter in his earlier outing. Well, up through the middle, it's Roger Measor. Shane Baker also making a good start, which is Jenner when winners too. So then, Roger Measor really was shot at the start line there. So Roger of old, who really was a hard man to beat away from the start. But oh, tremendous battle going on for second place. Oh, there. Well, we're obviously going to have a stoppage here.
We go right, what about Fred? What about Fred up there? That's the point.
Well, clearly the obvious thing to do is to say, please keep away. Allow the first aid staff to attend to the fallen riders, please. Making it obvious that he intends to dominate this race from the front. So Roger Measor and Shane Lapham then. It's like that struggle going on. I look to think it's the second place there. Gary Wright, or rather Steve Wright, is doing the driving, doing all he can to close off on that second place spot. Well, Shane Baker then in second spot at the moment, but Steve Wright trying hard to close up on him. But ahead of the pair of them is Roger Measor at his best. And looking across, Steve Wright closing up on Shane Baker. Roger Measor then it is who wins. Second spot to Shane Baker. A third spot to Steve Wright. Outfit number 51, Roger Measor and Shane Lapham. In second place, number 39, Shane Baker and Clinton Martin. In third place, number 5, Steve and Gary Wright. The winning time there, 1 minute 18.95. 1 minute 18.95. So then going in race 15, Russell Ing, Steve Smith, Roy Spreadbury, Terry Phillips, Mike Keith and Phil Pitman. That looks to be a reduced field. I can only spot 4 at the moment. Certainly there's Russell Ing on the outside here, Steve Smith circulating around in the middle, about to come into line. But only 4 outfits down there at the moment. Terry Phillips was one of the others that was down there. Terry Phillips gates well, but he has to give way and drop into the second spot behind Russell Ing as they go round the bench right left. Steve Smith sits there in third place. And Dave Smith's machine seems to have lost that smoking habit, so let's hope he's got that really sorted out now. Russell Ing then, and Paul Urycz, really on form. Terry Phillips been overtaken, and indeed Steve Smith and Keith Wall going superbly. Let's just go around the inside there. Superb bend from Steve Smith there. But he has to work at it because Terry Phillips is in good form. Closed up a little bit on the exit from that bend. And in fact down the straights, I think the Wasp power didn't seem to quite be the equal of the Yamaha. Meanwhile into the last lap they go with Russell Ing and Paul Urycz ahead of Steve Smith and Keith Wall. And Terry Phillips gets Chris Spiers. And they're looking back anxiously now because they're being pressed hard, and in fact they're going to be passed, I think, as we look across to the far side. So then, the leader comes round towards us. Russell Ing and Paul Urycz with 1 bend to go, and here they come. Victory then for Russell Ing and Paul Urycz. And coming ever so wide, Steve Smith comes through, takes second. Well, Steve Smith hanging grimly onto that second spot.
Yeah, they went right at it.
Number 6, Russell Ing and Paul Urycz. In second place, number 22, Steve Smith and Keith Wall. In third place, number 43, Roy and Ken Spreadbury, with a splendid dash through from the 4th position on lap 1. And getting very close to stealing the second as well. Adrian Davis wheeling the machine out. Ken Lane and Mark Edwards off the outfit, stood alongside it. Ivor Matthews coming into line. John Hiscock already there. Dyer, as far as one can see, taking off here. Craig Cheatham on the outside, going for the long, quick run up to the first band. But it's John Hiscock with the left of the start. John Hiscock hits the left to the left in first place. Ivor Matthews behind him. Look at Ken Lane comes between the pair of them. Tremendous corner from Ken Lane and Mark Edwards. And it's Ken Lane and Mark Edwards who lead. Well, that was quite a corner. So then, Ken Lane out in front. John Hiscock battling on in second place. In third place is Ivor Matthews. In fourth place is Adrian Davis. But Craig Cheatham pulls off on the far side. Goes back into the paddock. So a tremendous scrapping on to second place. Ivor Matthews chasing John Hiscock. And up the inside goes Ivor Matthews and takes that second spot. Meanwhile, Ken Lane, Mark Edwards, out ahead of things. Heading into the last lap. Then Ivor Matthews. Then John Hiscock. Then Adrian Davis. Now then, can Ivor Matthews close up at all on the leader? Doesn't look like it. So it's Ken Lane and Mark Edwards heading off the bend, going for their yet another another win here this afternoon. Victory then for Ken Lane and Mark Edwards. Ivor Matthews in second place. John Hiscock in third. Adrian Davis in fourth. And those were the only finishers. The results then of race 16. In first place, outfit number 7, Ken Lane and Mark Edwards. In second place, number 15, Ivor Matthews and Peter Jones. In third place, number 184, John Hiscock and Dave French. In fourth place, number 26, Adrian Davis and Joe Smith. And the winner's time was 1 minute 19.04. 1 minute 19.04. John Hunt coming to the line. The only outfit on the line because the rest of them are circling around. Ian McAuley coming across. I think he's going to come into line this time. Then John Halsey. And then number 79, Arthur Dibben. Alan and John Blewitt right on the outside here. John Blewitt up the outside. John Halsey comes in the second spot as they go away from us and around the bend to our left. So that's Alan and John Blewitt. Just ahead of John Halsey and Tony Myles in second spot. Trying to preserve that unbeaten run here this afternoon. Third place is John Hunt and then Arthur Dibben behind him. And John Hunt control, Arthur Dibben goes through into third place. John Hunt's motor sounds decidedly sick. And out of the centre it looks like Ian McAuley's pulled out. So it's Alan and John Blewitt then who leads as they go into the last lap. They're still going one of the 13, John Halsey and Tony Myles. They don't look to be able to close that gap. In third place, number 79. And he's got problems. So Arthur Dibben and Bob Frost look like they're not going to complete. Well, maybe that's an exhaust problem. Meanwhile then, Alan and John Blewitt is who wins. In second place is John Halsey, that's number 13, with Tony Myles in the chair. The official results then for race 17 as follows. In first place, number 3, Alan and John Blewitt. In second place, number 13, John Halsey and Tony Myles. No one else qualifies as a finisher, and the winner's time was 1 minute 20.52. 1 minute 20.52. Those are the drivers we are expecting to take part. Oh, Justin Holyfield and Joe Marger down there. So's Andy Simmons. Right on the inside, Stephen Heath. And number 61, Justin Holyfield, now being pushed. And Neil Page right on the outside, the same ruts that Alan and John Blewitt were sat in. Gets underway, Joe Mark making a service start and Neil Page goes after him. This is a repeat of one of their No more. Neil Page, remember the way Neil Page stalked him all the way through. So then, Joe Morgan is ahead of Neil Page.
Once again.
So, number 98 it is. Joe Martin, Chris Birch in the chair, how well they're going. Staying ahead of Neil Page and Richard Hart. But closing up, Steve Heath and Steve Wright. Could make a play for that second spot as we look across to the far side. The old green outfit closing up on the second place man. The leader meanwhile pulled away from that battle. We have out in front number 98, Joe Morgan, Chris Birch, who wins? And who's going to get second place? Just Neil Page and Richie Hall. And in fourth place, Rick Colvin and Nicola Colvin. And then Justin Hollifield and Ken Hollifield. Number 98, Joe Morgan, Chris Birch. In second place, number 31, Neil Page and Richard Hart. In third place, number 191, Stephen Heath and Stephen Wright. In fourth place, number 112, Rick and Nicola Colvin. In fifth place, number 61, Justin Hollifield and Ken Hollifield. And the race time was 1 minute 23.92. 1 minute 23.92. Those numbers again, 98, 31, 191, 112 and 61. Race 19 next. Here we go then, race 19 gets underway. Goodwin making the best of the start. Chris Hall in second spot as we go into the next. So then, Peter Goodwin and Carl Bunch all the way from Lincolnshire to be racing with us, and look at that start they've got. Chris Hall is being pressed hard as they come round towards us. Just rising yet again, and the man doing the pushing is Warren Finley. Warren Finley trying hard to get through, and he does go through into second place. Chris Hall now drops back to third. The leader still 1-1-1, Peter Goodwin and Carl Bunch. They've one more lap to go. Finley now second place, and a few engines sounding a little bit unhealthy out there. Chris Hall, for one, seemed to be developed a bit of a misfire. So then, the winner of race 19, number 111, Peter Goodwin and Carl Bunch. Second place, number 28, Ward Finley and Ray Critchlow. And Chris Hall, Kenchington, number 96. Number 111 or 111, Peter Goodwin and Carl Bunch. In second place, number 28, Ward Finley and Ray Critchlow. In third place, number 96, Chris Hall and Steve Kenchington. In fourth place, number 171, Dave Green and Darren Pattern. The winner's time was 1 minute 19.54. 1 minute 19.54. As I said, the numbers were 111, 28, 96 and 171. Raced. Intriguing really, the way some of the come out and straight away come to the start line. The rest of them seem to have to take a little trip along the edge there. Yes, tourists, I quite agree with you, sir. Well, we're expecting 4, we have 4, and any minute now they'll actually all come into line. Oops, a little bit of a moment on the inside there, but Fred Osborne from order there, away to the sideline. Number 73 is Red Osborne then. Crouching low. So Darville more upright behind him on the yellow outfit. But it's still Red Osborne with the advantage. So Darville in second on the third place man. 169 Gerald Bradley. A little way back, Aubrey Steele. And it's all happening over there on the far side because the battle for second place continues. So Darville being challenged. Not just challenged, rushed straight by. What a quick approach to the bend that was. Meanwhile then, 73, Red Osborne leads in the last lap. Quite an incredible struggle there for that second spot. Up the inside he goes. Derek Darville gets it back again. Right then, are we going to see one of these incredible dives into this bend because this guy in third place could take a lot of them. So, Fred Osborne it is then who wins. Derek Darville in second place. And Gerald Bradley, who rode an amazing bend on the last lap, ends in third place. In first place, outfit number 73, Brett Osborne and Matt Sleep. In second place, number 27, Derek Darville and Darren Konorinski. In third place, number 169, Gerald Bradley and Jeff Bauer. And in fourth place, number 116, Aubrey Steele and Sue Chivers. And the winner's time was 1 minute 25.93. 1 minute 25.93. Pitman, we were expecting 4, but 3 we've got. Malcolm Lester Goodwin, Heather Foreman Haynes, and then Martin James. So then, outfit number 30, Malcolm Lester Goodwin on the Rand, Cotton GR. In last year's European final, hoping, I know, to do more. Still down in second place. In third place, Martin James and Julian Hilliard. But showing an awful lot of style and speed as the Goodwins go on ahead of Norman Hayes. I think this is the checkered flag this time. Oh well, okay. Go on the way, staying ahead of Norman Hayes. So, to the one they missed before. So here we have number 30, Malcolm Goodwin and Lester Goodwin winning. Sean Haynes and Neil Bucknell in second place. A little way back in third, Martin James, Julian Hillier.